Hi, I'm Doug Patt, and this is So You Want to Be an Architect, Part 4. What does an architect use? Aside from the wide variety of items an architect uses to physically create the drawings, specifications, models, and paperwork necessary to make buildings, the architect uses elements of style to create buildings. Let's break style down into 4 components: scale, form, complexity, and material, and look at examples of each as they pertain to being used by the architect. Much has been made throughout the history of art and architecture over scale, from Da Vinci's canon of proportions to Le Corbusier's modular man. How buildings reflect and accommodate human scale is a key component of architects' work. From the beginning, architects like Andrea Palladio used ratio and proportion found in nature to create harmonious buildings. From Frank Lloyd Wright's cozy interiors to the Grand Palace of Versailles, to the Hancock skyscraper of Boston, whose scale overwhelms the famous Trinity Church but was designed to reflect its beauty nonetheless. A building can be scaled to the human figure or scaled in a more ambiguous manner. Ambiguity is key for Jean Nouvel's Arab World Institute in Paris, where the elements of the elevation make scale extraordinarily vague. So, scale is one way architects relate a building to the user. In the last few decades, architecture has increasingly been able to take advantage of advanced technologies that have allowed them to build with incredible freedom of form. From Norman Foster's Hearst Tower in New York City or his Gherkin skyscraper in London to the Millau Viaduct in France. From Rem Koolhaas' Seattle Central Library to his CCTV building in China. From Santiago Calatrava's Milwaukee Art Museum to his Museum of Science, Hemispheric and Opera House in Spain. With Herzog de Meuron's Bird's Nest Arena in China or Renzo Piano's Nemo Museum in Amsterdam. Architects today work within a realm of form perhaps never imagined before. A building's aesthetic complexity is also an element that portrays a certain idea or ethos. From the classicism of Bernard Maybeck's Palace of Fine Arts or Louis Sullivan's intricate ornamental stone detailing, the work reflects the spirit of an era. There's detail that might emphasize verticality, as in Raymond Hood's Chicago Tribune building, Philip Johnson's PPG Place in Pittsburgh, or Caesar Pelli's Petronas Towers in Malaysia, or horizontality, as in Frank Lloyd Wright's Prairie-style homes. A building can also be ornamental in a unique way, like Antonio Gaudi's buildings, or simplified to only steel and glass, as in Mies van der Rohe's aesthetic. Complexity can be stripped down to bare form, as in Corbusier's La Tourette, or Louis Kahn's Salk Institute. Lastly, every building ever made is made from something. The material an architect chooses to build with is affected by both cost and intent. From I.M. Pei's Louvre Pyramid and Bank of China Tower of steel and glass to the concrete work of Zaha Hadid. From the cold steel exteriors of Sir Richard Rogers in the Lloyds of London building to the cool white porcelain tiles of Richard Meyer or the stone facades of Herzog and de Meuron. Architects continue to work with great freedom in the realm of material, which only promises to become even more advanced and unlimited. It's up to the architect to take the meaning and intent of their commission and have the architecture reflect that in some way. Using scale, form, complexity, and material, the architect creates a framework for style. And that concludes the 4th part of the video series, So You Want to Be an Architect. I'm Doug Patt. See you next time.